Welcome back to more the Beastmaster Princess. I'm the host for GLP33. Coming at you, Cleopatras. Right, let's continue where we left off. We'll read everything out during these visual novel LPs. Love it, love it, love it. So we found out that Liara and Meryl lied and stuff, and Meryl might be in league with the Dark Elves, and his skin looks darker than Liara's, even though Liara's a half elf. No true friend would object those they care about to that. My eyes water with rage as my stomach churns. I considered her a sister. How could she betray them like that? After all we've been done together. What about manila envelopes, Luna the moon? The people you've known your whole life. Were you sentenced as all to that fate because you want to belong? Because you hate us? I'm just gonna check something. Were you sentenced as all to that fate because you want to belong? Because you hate us? Of course. She faces me directly, turning away from Meryl. I know he can't see her face behind her pale hair. She winks at me, I just stare at her. I can't piece this together. That wink makes you want to believe our plan's still on, just with some necessary changes, but Liara is too convincing even to me. Go ahead, dear Meryl. I was born an elf, and a dark elf. There was no love in my conception. It was rape, an elf raping a dark elf just because he could, because he saw her as less. My mother had to run to Triberg to hide her identity and cover up the fact that I was a bastard. My mother died after many years, but before she died she made me promise I would get my revenge. Obviously I did, for the woman who kept me despite everything, who raised me and loved me. The elves are going to give dark elves a place in the forest. I want an official document proving that. Give me that and I will free the hostages. It's quite simple. I gape at him. I don't know if it's possible to believe him at this point. But that kind of story isn't just empty. I can see a real emotion in his face. Mirth snorts. I don't believe you. Even if I did, you know, I cannot make such an important decision on my own. We're not in a rush. We can wait until all the arrangements are done. I only hope your friends can do the same. The threat hits me. I shiver and shake my head. I don't want to have to wait. We can just rush it along or lie or... Meryl looks at me like he can read my mind. Don't try to send anyone to look for your friends. We have plenty of scouts. If we spot any owls or nomads going anywhere near our hostages, Laura and I will have the unpleasant task of ordering their deaths. Don't force our hand. Was it you who poisoned the water then? I don't know why the idea popped into my head, but I can't seem to shake that event, no matter how much time passes. I know how severely it weakened us and how easily it would have destroyed our relationship with the elves. Of course. How? With so many people in the camp, all of them looking for you. I used his invisibility amulet. He made sure I could poison the drugs undetected. He scoffs and shakes his head like we're simple-minded and ridiculous, as if he's taxing to even to speak to us. You all were rather stupid to travel without a mage or someone who could detect invisibility. All those warriors, healers, and yet not a single competent mage. Shame. He laughs, and I see Luna curl in on herself. I'm sure she's taking that as a jab of her ability. It's not what she said. None of us considered the possibility, and why would we? We've never had an invisible enemy. Only rumours have threatened us until now. But if he's willing to talk, I'm willing to push for more information. And the demon beast? Did you have some sway with them? Some ability to control their attacks? I would love to take credit for that feat. Unfortunately, I can't. They started appearing, so I lured them into attacking the Desert Snake's village. I don't know where they're from. Laura taps his shoulder and leans to the side. Meryl nods. They leave with little more than a wave. Laura doesn't look back, but for some reason that makes it even more clear that she's playing along. If she wasn't, she wouldn't have given us so much information. She would have kept Meryl from doing the same. That traitorous halfling! You said we could trust her. I feel my smile grow as they leave the room I've been in for this conversation. Shaking my head slightly, I give another moment. And John Mercer's accusing face and the frustration etched there. Finally, when I'm sure even ours can't hear us, I face the group. Lara is still with us. That's what you gain from all that. She winked at me. That means very little. Not to Lara, it's something I taught her. It means she has a plan and she's just acting. And what is this plan? I look for backup, eager to hear from those who know Lara like I do, but manila envelopes and lunar moon are missing. I don't see them anywhere. I feel my heart try to leap from my chest. I remember that Liara winked when they were mentioned. I can only hope that means that they're okay. Mer shakes her head at me. I know she's worried, especially with this change in events. I hope you're right, because we're losing ground fast, especially with your friends disappearing. I'm very confident in Liara and my child's abilities. We just need to gain time. Hours pass as we work on things. Despite his previously declared patience, Meryl calls us over, frustrated. I know Mirth has been bouncing from meeting to meeting, trying to get everything set for us. I hope that be enough to keep Meryl off our back for a bit, but apparently we aren't that lucky. Meryl looks at both of us, clearly expecting an answer. Well, as we expected, several elders are against it. Even if my brother Ray is a hostage, I can't force the hand of such an important decision. Meryl is frustrated, but his frustration only grows when he sees some Alvin scouts arrive. None of them are panting, but they do look excited. We found the cave where the prisoners are being held in the mountains. They're safe. Meryl growls low in his throat as his gaze flicks between us and the scouts. Of course it's then that I notice he's alone. He sputters with his agitation, raising his voice. That seems to summon Leora. She puts a hand on his arm. It's rather simple, Meryl. He looks at her expectantly. Luna and Manila envelope ran on outside and stumbled into me. I just happened to tell them the location of the prison while you were talking to an Alban guard. I didn't see any harm in letting them pass. You didn't see the harm in it? Are you insane? Satisfaction calmed my soul. I know that Leora won't trick me. My worst fears had stirred up my doubts earlier, but after that wink I'm certain of it. She's still on our side, still with us, as she always should be. I can picture Manila and Luna deciding to follow Leora to question her betrayal. Maybe they saw the wink as well. They crash into her and she'd tell Meryl that she can take care of it, that he should focus on sorting things out with the guards. Then she'd give them everything they need in a whispered voice before insisting that they turn around if they don't want trouble, which would allow her to get by the guards unseen. She'd use Meryl's arrogance and trust against him. An Alban scout joins us. This one is definitely a bit bothered when looking at Meryl. He cringes away slightly, as if expecting punishment. We have additional news. 2 nomads were seen in camp freeing the prisoners. When we approached, one savagely and brutally destroyed our men. She eliminated anyone who got in her way. How did she get in? It's believed that she used an invisibility potion. I'm not so sure about that. I don't think Luna had any on hand. Then, the visibility amulet Meryl mentioned. Luna would have remembered that. I bet she grabbed that on her way out, maybe with a little hat from Laura, and then gave it to Manila. Then all Luna would have to do is stay back a bit while Manila cleared their path. She murdered 10 dark owls on her own. It was, I can picture it, Manila slaughtering them as they came at her and not hesitating for even an instant to ensure the protection of her friends. The fear in the dark owl's eyes as they began to understand why as the nomads able to take on the desert and everything in it. I had to think of a reward for such a feat. A new honour for so many enemies failed. Meryl turns on me and snarls. You think her slaughtering man is worthy of a reward? Well, I would have done the same to her, absolutely, especially when she's doing it in the service of our friends. But I do have to thank you. My happiness only makes him angrier, especially once he realises he's been betrayed by Liara so completely that he has nowhere to run or hide. There's no one coming to his rescue. I doubt Luna would have thought of the invisibility amulet if you hadn't mentioned it, so thank you for all your assistance. His face pales as he processes that, and he nearly chokes as he swallows. It's true, I'm sure that's why Manila and Luna left. They had a plan. They had all the pieces to achieve their goal, they just needed me to stay put so Meryl wouldn't be any wiser. This is it, Meryl, your plan ends here, you're done. What are you talking about, Alf? Beth holds herself higher. As an elder druid, she has more power than even Meryl, but she doesn't need to rely on her abilities. He confessed what he was doing and his goals in front of too many people. He laid out every plan every step of the way. There are enough crimes to imprison even a noble, even if he was ever that at all. With your thorough confession, you will be processed. Noble or not, there is no running away this time. An elven guard grabs Meryl. Meryl struggles, but the guard manages to cuff him and push him forward along with Meryl's scalp. They will pay for all their destruction. If I could get one more punch in for what he did to my father and another for every member of my village killed by his plan, I wouldn't hesitate. Perhaps putting him in prison will keep him from people like me, people that would end his suffering all too soon. Rather than focus on Meryl, I run to hug Liara, lifting her up and squeezing her tightly in my arms. She wraps her arms around my neck and laughs lightly. As the moment drags on, I slowly let her slide down my body. I touch her hair, hold her face in my hands and revel in the fact that she's actually here. I confess I was worried for a moment that you truly betrayed us. My heart could barely take it. Liara takes my hand in hers. I had to make sure that Meryl trusted me completely, all the way down to the very last moment. If he didn't, we wouldn't have gotten the opportunity we did. He never would have said so much. I knew that he wouldn't harm Ray or Takara. He needed them as hostages for his demands. Then I warned Luna and Manila, who used some haste potions to quickly get to the camp. You know the rest. I'm proud of you and I'll never doubt you again. Lara lights up and hugs me again. It's a sweet moment, but I know we aren't finished yet. We need to get our people back together, which means regaining Manila and Luna as well as Takara and Ray. I don't know if I have the patience to wait, but to go there with so much still happening may be a risk. I debate the option carefully before deciding how to proceed. Go meet them halfway. If I leave now, I can meet them halfway. Liara gets some rest. Liara waves to me and calls for me to be safe, as if the woods are still dangerous. I keep my hands on my weapons but head down the trail that the others took. I remember the way to the caves after all. Before I can get a true halfway point, see Takara, Manila and Luna along with Ray. I beam as I come to a stop. We're right at the edge of Grand Tree's forest, on a hill that overlooks a gorgeous pond. I grip Manila tightly. Successful or not, I had been afraid for her. I hug Luna as well, telling her how brave she has become. Then finally Takara. She pats my head, slim-witted link to give me much in the way of affection. I'm still exhausted. I know it's not fair, but can we just sit for a bit? I'm sure it's a lack of food catching up to us. I brought something. It's not much, but it might help. We should rest tonight. I don't want exhaustion to set in. Luna sees Takara and Ray, making sure they eat and drink as she looks them over. I know she'll do her best to help them. Does that feel alright? Let me know if it hurts. Just having you around seems to make everything hurt less. Thanks, Luna. Manila takes the moment to split off from the group, heading towards the pond. Since I know that there's nothing I can do to help Luna and the others, I follow Manila. She's a strong woman, I know that without question, but I don't want her feeling like no one would notice her going missing or that no one cares. Especially when I've wanted to ensure her safety from the beginning. If not her physical safety, then her mental well-being. She's one of us, and she is respected. but she's also a woman who deserves comfort and affection. She has a restless energy about her. She paces up and down the bank and then sits down. Her foot still bounces. I approach slowly and sit beside her. Manila glances at me, then back to the pond. I pat her head lightly. Congratulations on a successful raid. You're still a formidable warrior. Manila nods and clears her throat as she looks over the water. What's wrong, Manila? When I was in Takara, we would have sex to celebrate an important victory, or perhaps to celebrate another day being alive. Okay. Sex is a celebration of life and of our bond. She looks away and her leg bounces again. It stops after a moment as she sighs. I can tell she's sadder than she should be after such a victory. I clear my throat and move closer. I wouldn't mind taking Takara's place this time around. I make sure my tone is light so it's easy to take. I'm not sure if I mean it or not, but Manila looks at me with a wicked expression. She leans towards me. I think she's got to go say something, but then she gives me the same hot and intense gaze. Oh my lord. Wow. As tempting as the lake is, I just lay on the grass. After a moment, Manila joins me. We look up at the sky as it starts to darken. All your silly flirting. How can I know if you're ever serious, Kunya? My flirting is as silly as the stars. I mean every word, especially with you. Ooh. Do you really? Of course I do. You're wonderful. A treasure. You're a warrior and a woman. I see you as both. Always. Miller makes a please sound in her throat and doesn't argue, but doesn't add to the conversation either. But I keep my eyes on the sky as the stars peek out. I'm not sure how to approach Miller. She's older, yes, but I know if I don't do something, this moment will just pass us by, and I don't think I could take that. Turning, I jump on her, pressing my body to hers and kissing her. I'm not sure if she'll kiss me back, but I want to prove that I'm serious about how I feel when it comes to Manila. I'm not sure she'll understand in any other way. I start to draw back, but her hand smooths down my back and rests just above my bottom. She changes the angle and her tongue strokes mine, slipping deep among my lips as a moan leaves my throat. I wrap my arms around her neck and deepen the kiss. I'm going to make sure that she understands how I feel, even if I have to kiss it into her. I like you, age doesn't matter. You are amazing. A warrior and a woman, I can see you as both at the same time. Kunya, she kisses me again, our mouths fitting together so perfectly as we tease each other with almost touches and pile kisses upon kisses. I feel like I'm going to burst, but I know this is just the start with Manila, and I can't wait to spend the entire night with her. Ugh. I don't remember falling asleep. Manila nudges me and wakes me up with a soft kiss. I smile at her and nuzzle closer to her. I see that the sun has come over the horizon. I blink against it, wanting more of what we shared last night. We need to join the others. I'm sure they're already awake. As we head back to the camp, I can't stop the smile from stretching over my face. That was something. Mother smiles softly and moves her hand. We were supposed to be this awkward afterwards. I don't regret a thing either way. We were building up to that, knowing that she wanted me as much as I wanted her made it even better. Oh. Thank you for such a beautiful night. It reminded me of the old times. I should be the one thank you for such excellent sex. It was amazing. Manila's hand brushes the back of mine and I almost take her away from the group to go for another round. But I know that we have to return to our group and get back to the Grand Tree before anyone can worry. Once we get back to the Grand Tree, Mirth joins us. She takes my hand tightly in front of the rest of the group I brought. I'm surprised by her sudden happiness and hospitality. Everyone looks well fed, happy and warm. It's wonderful, a good sign for our future. Even though the marriage couldn't take place, what Laura has done is amazing. She can consider herself welcome amongst the elves. I'm sure she'll be delighted. I glance at her and see her smile. She's truly proven how far she's gone, from abandoned child to indispensable. We thank you for your help and hope you can call on us whenever you need assistance. And the same to you. Here, take this. She puts a wooden figurine in my hand. I stare at it for a long time, almost embarrassed that I'm not familiar with the piece. It's the elven goddess, Shrurgi. Only the most important elves have these. Laura, I hope that you take it and continue to achieve great things. I hand it to Liara and she pulls the figurine into her chest. She smiles softly and inclines her head to the elder druid Mirth. Thank you, I feel like a real nomad now, and I already have a family. She looks at us and I feel my heart sore. All I've wanted for her is to feel at home with us or anywhere. She needed somewhere that made her empowered and confident, a place she never had to question. All the same, I appreciate this token and your willingness to accept me. I hope to meet again. When Liara joins our group, we hug her tightly. If this is what we can expect in our future, then I see nothing but good things. My friends, for the elves, the nomads, for our world as a whole. Perhaps we can make this peace last long enough that it sees us through the rest of our days. We leave Grandtree behind and I get back on the road, determined to make it home as soon as we can. I miss the village, I miss a simple life, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I approach Liara, who's a bit behind the others. I put a hand on her shoulder before speaking. Everything alright? Yes, I was just looking at the landscape. The landscape? The green grass that was everywhere in Grandtree has completely disappeared, exchanged for heaps of orange and yellow sand. And it's bad? Bad? You tell me. I felt like there was a hint of sadness in your words, perhaps even regret. No regrets and no sadness, although Grandtree is far. You can visit again, Liara, and it's not a farewell if you don't want it to be. Right, don't underestimate me though. I like the desert too. It just feels different. Two completely different places, opposite places. On one side, the green forest, the rivers full of water, the fresh morning dew. On the other, the desert and its warm embrace, the dusty winds, the cold nights. Oh, I'm starting to get boring, aren't I? Sorry. You're anything but boring, Liara. I give her a quick kiss on the forehead before leaving her and getting closer to Luna. Kunya, is Liara alright? Yes, she is. What about you? I'm thinking about all the work that awaits me when we get back to the village. Work? What do you mean? I've been away for long, and no one else is capable of preparing certain potions. I fear that I will need to catch up with a lot of stuff. If I may suggest something, oh wise Luna. Stop calling me that. Why? It's a compliment. I prefer other compliments. Perhaps, oh beautiful Luna? Luna brushes and punches my arm. This doesn't land quite the way she wanted it, and always causes her to tumble off to the side. I catch her just in time though. She pulls away and then clears her throat, choosing to act as if it never happened. Let's hear it then. What is this that you wanted to suggest? Why don't you teach me some of the youngest nomads to prepare those potions? I could, but if they mix the ingredients wrong, they'll need to start from the beginning. Some ingredients are scarce, and I put a finger over her delicate mouth to stop her from talking. It takes a lot of effort to refrain myself from kissing those lips. Ooh, you player, Kunya. You worry too much, and if they make mistakes, so what? As long as the village doesn't explode, it will be fine. Haha, goodness, could you imagine? I suppose that even the worst case scenarios, my potions wouldn't put the whole village at risk. See, what did I tell you? Besides, you can't always be the one doing all the work. Even someone with your talents needs help from time to time. True, I guess it is time to put aside my words and start training new shamans. The village will be stronger for it in the end. Good, glad you agree. Agree about what? Oh, nothing, we're just talking about explosive potions. What? Kunya's kidding. I hope so. I need some relaxation when we get back to the village. After everything you've done, you've deserved it. Thanks, but I only have done my job. Every one of us has contributed to our success. I understand what you mean, but still, what you did in the Dark House camp, I might have gotten carried away a bit. The right hand of Fost. So you know about it too? Yes, that's your surname now. That's what they have started calling you after what you did with her back there. I'm not even sure how this Fost is. Well, I might know a bit about it. Apparently he was some powerful Death Knight that was defeated in the First Demon War, also referred to as the Old War. Oh, you're some kind of demoness now. I guess. If I may dare, you're a very sexy demoness. Do you want to feel my wrath too? I put my hand before me and smile at Manila, who smiles back at me. No, I surrender. Good, it would be a pity to ruin your wonderful body. The words slip from Manila accidentally. As soon as she realises, Cindy blushes and then slowly moves away from me. I grin at her and she shakes her head. Takara bounces on her toes. I move closer and smile at her. You seem to be in a good mood. I am. I can't believe we're finally going home. And here I thought you wanted to stay in Grantry to search for more adventures, to accumulate even more fame and glory. First, I am the only one who really got fame from this. The only one who really got fame from this journey is Lara, and maybe Manila with that new title of hers. I just played prisoner in the end. Don't say that. You did your part too, like everyone else, and it was important. Of course I know that, but the owls and soon even the nomads will remember only one name, Liara. Even if she didn't marry? Yeah. Are you jealous of her? What? No, I'm happy. I think she deserves it all for what she just did. I wish that someday a bard in some remote place of Babylon would sing a ballad in my name. Takara, the proud nomad warrior's skills are matched only by her beauty. Takara is taken aback by my unexpected compliment and for a few seconds seems unable to reply, but then I see her lips curl up in a warm smile. She holds my hand and squeezes it before changing topics. Do you think that Shane has taken over the village and turned everyone into warriors? He wouldn't have had the time. Perhaps he did build a statue of himself to celebrate his great victories, though. We all laugh. I'm sure that we'll arrive in the village we've always known. He probably spent all of his time patrolling and telling more stories of his great victories. I bet people volunteered to work on rebuilding just to escape. Or maybe he's already calling himself chief and is happy parading himself through the village. Well, either way, we know the village will be intact and safe. It's settled for nothing else, otherwise how could he brag? We all laugh again. The stories continue as we head home in excellent moods. It's so different from when we set out. There's no trace of sadness or worry now, only excitement and joy. It makes me feel strong and good to see my friends all filled with life again. Almost as good as I feel when I start to see our village in the distance. We race home and as normal, Liara wins. I hang back a little so that Loon doesn't feel abandoned by us, but she's gotten much faster with all our travelling lately. Shane greets us, showing that the village has almost been entirely rebuilt. He grins. Of course those beasts tried to attack again, but we managed to repel them easily. It's proof I know what I'm doing as a warrior. I personally saved the village, and how I led our people. What can you say to that, Kunya? I pat his shoulder, even now with Shane bragging. I'm in high spirits. He seems surprised by my gesture. So much has happened. I feel we're different people. Lyra was able to trick Merrill into a truce. Just used his own pride against him. Wonder where he got that experience. Shane snorts. With Alf and Takara posing as captives, we set the plan in motion. Lyra manipulated Merrill into coming with us and revealing everything. I explained the whole situation from there, leaving out the more personal parts of the trip. He stares at us, narrowing his eyes as we take turns finishing. Of course, Manila and Takara had fun acting out the scenes of Manila storming into the camp to save them. Impossible to have accomplished so much and removed every threat we faced. In fairness, you dealt with the beast back here, and we were able to focus on our mission because we knew you'd protect our village. I must be in a good mood to be giving Shane that much credit. Excuse me. He does seem a little unsure what to do with the praise since it's coming from me. In the end, he shrugs it off and turns the conversation back towards our accomplishments. Still, your story sounds unbelievable. Liara shows him a figurine. She holds it up high. Proof that we are at peace with the owls and have a true alliance with them. The village chants their name and eagerly gathers to hear more. They're excited. Everyone is buzzing with joy. Since everyone's in one place, I'm eager to give a speech and address everyone as I should have long ago. Liara didn't just serve the owls and the nomads, she brought justice to Goro by making Merrill confess his crimes. Others cheer. She showed more loyalty to this tribe than anyone else, despite her differences and the difficulties those differences have caused her in the past and present. She deserves to be the next war chief for her dedication, her bravery, and her willingness to put our people first. There's some whispering, but then her name is shouted again. Loudly, with nothing but pride, Liara stares at me and Shane walks away. Liara reaches out to me like she wants to talk, but the crowd carries her away, eager to celebrate. We have a new war chief, and no one saw her coming. In my heart, I know it's right. Liara is willing to give everything, to risk everything, to protect our people, to see this through. She's grown so much in a short time, and her dedication is so clear. I can't imagine anyone else giving all she has up to this point and still wanting to give more. As we settle in for the night, I look around and see my friends resting, or at least taking more of a break than any of us have been able to in a long while. It's been so long since I've been able to talk with all of them. Not again. I take a moment to relax in front of the campfire and admire everyone around me. These are the 4 people who shared so many moments with me. Fun, scary, sad moments. I wouldn't know what to do without them. And as I look at each of them, I smile and I am proud. I raise my gaze and look at the starry sky and see a falling star. I imagine it's Goro who has given me his approval for what we've done, for how things have ended. If he was still with us, he'd be proud. Small tears fall from my eyes, but I quickly wipe them away. Tonight is not a night to weep, but to celebrate. I am just speaking to Mandela. I approach Minna slowly. She flashes an easy smile as I approach, but waits until we can speak easily to say anything. I approve of this choice. I'm glad. Everyone knew you'd have the final say. I didn't expect this outcome. But making Liara official war chief will help us keep a positive relationship with the owls. She's a good choice all round. I'm not sure what else to say. I know she's complimenting me, but it's still a new feeling. I didn't pick her because of the alliance. That's a good point, and it's true, but it's not the reason. Miller looks at me, obviously questioning what I'm going to say. I rub the back of my neck. I nominated Liara because she's shown how clever she is, clever and caring. We matter to her, and there's nothing she wouldn't do for us. Miller thinks about that for a moment and then sighs. I'm supposed to be the experienced one. You go and say something like that. It's the truth. She has so much potential. She can offer us so much more than what any of us thought. She could truly help the desert snakes. Liara is still young. She will still need help from you. And I will be happy to consult, just like I did for my father. I will never let her feel alone, never. We all have her trust and we can support her all the way. A chief that takes advice from her people, that's an excellent way to look at it. I'm glad to have Milla's support. She tells me to go celebrate, and that she'll be along shortly, but I have a feeling she's going to keep thinking about things for a long while. She'll look into every possible opportunity. Oh my lord. A2 relationship. Epilogue. Alone ending. What do you mean alone ending?
In the desert sands we roam, warriors with hearts of stone, fighting for our tribe and home, with love and loyalty we've known. Love in the desert heat, warmth in the city sun. tribe and maybe love as we embark on this ride. Love in the desert heat, warmth in the city sun, sand and sky, our hearts beat. Together, our love has begun.
After that lovely music, we're gonna do the epilogue of this game.
In the desert sounds
Even though Liara was the one pronounced war chief, Kunya was still a respected member of the tribe. Kunya became Liara's closest advisor, having her full trust in all matters, political or otherwise. To Takara, Kunya became a dependable sparring partner and remained a companion on the battlefield. Through their training, Takara became the tribe's most skilled warrior, a title only contested by Shade. Few people paid him any mind, though. Despite being strong and respected, Kunya was also known for being kind. He even offered comforting Kunya during difficult moments. Kunya always took the time to listen and offer words of encouragement. In addition to taking on the role of advisor and warrior, Kunya also spent many shifts on watch with Manila. Those shifts mostly served as well-needed break from the two of them spent hours discussing the world of Babylon and the different cultures that existed within it. Manila had a deep understanding and appreciation of the world, so it was always a joy to learn from her. Kunya was a loyal friend to many in the tribe, despite never committed to one single person. Members of the tribe valued Kunya's friendship deeply, and Kunya always made time for those in need. In this way, Kunya was never alone. Kunya had a strong sense of community and belonging in the tribe, and that never faltered even once it was time to leave for the underground. It happened during the Second Demon War. A large force of demons was approaching from the south. Torchbearer Mountain's massive torch was ignited, a signal everyone feared. No doubt remained the demons were launching a full-scale assault. The various nomad tribes were trying to form an alliance to stop the demons, but some war chiefs were still hesitant during the fight. They thought that maybe the Empire would intervene, but Kunya didn't believe that was possible. Kunya formed a small group of warriors to stop the demons and led the full force along with Takara. The nomads were outnumbered and outmatched, but they were determined to protect the people and their land. They rode out to meet the demons, swords and spears in hand, ready for battle. The demons were powerful and relentless, but the nomads fought with all their might. The battle was fierce and both sides suffered heavy casualties. Despite the odds, the nomads were victorious. The cost was high. Many of the warriors had fallen, including Kunya. Takara found Kunya lying on the ground, body covered in wounds. Takara saw the life drain from Kunya's eyes and knew that there was nothing she could do. She held Kunya in her arms, tears streaming down her face, as she realised what the price of glory and fame truly was, to lose people you care about. Takara's heart was heavy with grief, but she knew that they had to press on. They couldn't get the demons won. She rallied the remaining nomads and they rode on, determined to defend their land and their people. The memory of Kunya and the others who had fallen would stay with her forever. Once the demons were expelled, the funeral was held for Kunya. People from all over came to pay their respects, even some from the nearby tribes. Mirth and Ray made a trip all the way from Grantry to pay homage. They gathered around the funeral pyre, and as the flames consumed Kunya's body, they mourned the loss of a great warrior and friend. After the funeral, Kunya's four best friends took the ashes far into the desert. They travelled together one last time, carrying the ashes in a small urn as the desert winds blew through her hair. Liara decided to disperse Kunya's ashes where she was first found by Gora. She wanted it to be a sign of gratitude for all that Gora and Kunya had done for her. The place was special to her, and she felt that it was an appropriate place for Kunya's ashes to rest. Kunya's legacy lived on, and Kunya's deeds were passed down through the generations. The name became synonymous with loyalty, selflessness, and courage. Bards would sing about Kunya's story, inspiring others to be like that young brave nomad who saved the desert snakes from the demons, a hero who fought and died for their people. The Aramara led to power and never forgot about Kunya, even as the years passed by. Thanks to her half-elf heritage, the Yara's elastic roots passed away. As she lay on her deathbed, she smiled as she saw her friends appear before her, their spirits shining bright. She knew that they were waiting for her, and they would walk the desert together once again. And so it is said that the 5 friends now walk the desert spirit, guiding people who have lost their way towards the light. They are remembered as protectors of nomads, and their legacy lives on through the stories that are passed down from generation to generation. The end.
Beastmaster princess, abandoned as a child, but nonetheless, she'll find her place with a tribe, and maybe love as we embark on this ride. Love in the desert heat, warmth in the city sun, sand and sky, our hearts beat. Together, our love has begun. In the desert sands we roam, warriors with hearts of stone, fighting for a tribe and home, with love and loyalty we've known. Love in the desert heat, warmth in the city sun, sand and sky, our hearts beat. Together our love has begun. Kunya, warrior of the snakes, fighting for his people's fate, with luminous skill.
The end. Thanks for watching this. I'll be back with that's the end. I'll be back with more Winter Wolves games shortly, so watch out for that. But that was the end of the Beastmaster Princess. How did you find that? Did you find it interesting? Okay. Goodbye everyone. I'll see you sometime soon for the next Winter Wolves LP. Bye now. Enjoy your lovely day.